Namaste. Welcome to Love Wins. Blessed risings. It is a dewy, foggy morning here in Michigan. It reminds me of living in Newfoundland and the ocean fog, the morning. I forget what it's called. It has a name, but when all the fog off the ocean rolls in the morning, and then by afternoon it's a completely different day. It's bright and sunny, clear skies. And it's like this occurrence that happens on the coast. I miss that. If you hear any panting, I've got Draco up here in my room. He is acting all kinds of crazy because this dog next door has been in heat for a couple days. And Bella wanted to play with Loki, and I couldn't. I had to separate, and he was just crying to go out, and I can't have him busting through the door on her because he's German Shepherd Husky. He'll knock her over. So he's on timeout, and he's pacing in my bed. So if y'all hear anything, that's what you're hearing. I wanted to talk about love. Go figure, right? Go figure. 'Cause I got love on the brain. Not the way you think, though. I was reading again last night. I started reading this about 2 months ago, and I stopped it. I finished the chapter on fear. They're short chapters, and just got busy, right? Got busy, especially with like all of this court stuff. And I picked it up last night. I couldn't sleep. Kids were already asleep. I didn't have the brain space to like do anything else, so I just decided to read until my eyes got heavy. Y'all know how that works, right? So I'm gonna share the last 2 paragraphs here. And in this story, the author, y'all know the author, okay? If you know Wu-Tang, the author is telling a story about a kid he grew up with. A rough, street kid that had heart, heart. And so the chapter gets into heart, but then it gets into love, and how love first weakens you, but then makes you stronger. But I'm going to read these last 2 paragraphs and then flip the page, which I have not gone past yet, but I stopped it when I looked at it. It's the Heart Sutra. So I had said in the morning, I was like, I want to get into that. So this is the morning, and we're getting into it. So if you want to get a cup of coffee and get comfortable, let's just see where this goes. Okay? It says, love is the first 2 steps. Knowledge and wisdom coming together. It's 1 and 2. Put them together, you get 12. And the 12th letter in the alphabet is L, which stands for love. If wisdom is like water, so is love. It dissolves you, then rebuilds you stronger. It's like when you have your first child. You've never felt weaker in your life. Your love for that child makes you vulnerable, but it also makes you stronger because you'll do anything to protect that child. So love, like wisdom, dissolves you and then resolves you. It breaks down your ego and puts you back together again properly. When love doesn't find its way into your heart, you die. That hit me. When love doesn't find its way into your heart, you die. That's what happened with Infinite. Infinite is the nickname of the kid that he talks about in this chapter. His fate was settled by justice. The 10th letter of the English alphabet is J, and J represents justice, which breaks down to just I C, spells C-C-E, and then in parentheses puts C-S-E-E, just I C, equality. That means that your reward or penalty after being given knowledge depends on your way of using it, on how much wisdom drives your decisions. The universe will show you whether your ego is at the steering wheel or you're using your talent the way God wants you to. It's going to come to light no matter how much heart you got. It's love you need to survive. And I sat with that. I closed the book. And I just let those words permeate as I drifted off into my sleep state. No matter how much heart you got, it's love you need to survive. So I flipped the page. If you don't find love in your heart, heart will kill you. Sooner in the streets, but eventually everywhere. The Heart Sutra. Body is nothing more than emptiness. Emptiness is nothing more than body. The body is exactly empty, and emptiness is exactly body. The other four aspects of human existence, feeling and doggy existence. Feeling, thought, will, and consciousness are likewise nothing more than emptiness, and emptiness nothing more than they. All things are empty. Nothing is born, nothing dies, nothing is pure, nothing is stained, nothing increases, and nothing decreases. So in emptiness, there is no body, no feeling, no thought, no will, no consciousness. There are no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind. There is no seeing, no hearing, no smelling, no tasting, no touching, no imagining. There is nothing seen nor heard, nor smelled, nor tasted, nor touched, nor imagined. There is no ignorance and no end to ignorance. There is no old age and death and no end to old age and death. There is no suffering, no cause of suffering, no end to suffering, no path to follow. There is no attainment of wisdom and no wisdom to attain. The bodhisattva rely on the perfection of wisdom, and so with no delusions, they feel no fear. They have nirvana here and now. All the Buddhas, past, present, and future, rely on the perfection of wisdom and live in full enlightenment. The perfection of wisdom is the greatest mantra. It is the clearest mantra, the highest mantra, the mantra that removes all suffering, the truth that cannot be doubted. Say it so. Gates, paragates, parasum gates, bodhisattva. Gone, gone, gone over, gone fully over, awakened, so be it. Life changes. This is by Sifu Shi Ying Ming in memory of ODB on 8 diagrams. Did ODB die? I don't know where I've been all these. I don't be paying attention to that stuff. Didn't even know that. I don't know. I was called to read that today, and I did some automatic writing yesterday, and it was a lot harder than you think. You think clear your head and let the pen write for you, but when you put the pen to paper, there has to be a thought that comes first before you write, right? At least that's what I think, or how, for me, like, I can't let go of the thought to the writing, but I tried it last night. I wrote, "Does the pain ever stop?" And then I tried to not think about what I was writing, and I made these swirls that look like something a child would make, but it looks also like light language. And I meditated a little longer, and I was like, I know I can do this. I know I can do this. I know I can do this. Clear your head, right? And I was trying too hard to clear my head. but it says it hurts. I feel so much, but it feels like nothing. I feel nothing. Sadness, pain, empty, lonely, but it feels like so much, but it feels like nothing. Deep from my subconscious, right? And then I read this morning, and then I go into this. Doggy. All things are empty. Nothing is born, nothing dies, nothing is pure, nothing is stained, nothing increases, nothing decreases. Body is nothing more than emptiness. Emptiness is nothing more than body. The body is exactly empty, and emptiness is exactly body. So what do I get from this? Go deeper into the heart, because somewhere I'm living in body. Still. And this is how the work does. You go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Into self, into the heart, because without love you're dead. You're just a body. It's nothing. And love, people think to have love you have to like have that partner, that perfect partner. And that's not true. That's not true, because love starts with self. I've seen and experienced so many relationships where you have a partner but no love. So in your solitude, in your space, on your healing path, it is your duty to go into your heart and find love. Love for life. Love for self. I'm speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to you. Love. True. Source. Divine. Love. Don't you do it, doggy. He likes to step on my desk and put his big old paws everywhere. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Bella came in and I'm so hard on her. Like, and she's so freaking good. She reminds me of Andrew. And maybe that's why I'm so hard on her, because I'm still healing the trauma, the trauma. You cannot control other people, the way they feel, their reality. You can be absolutely perfect to what you think would be perfect, and they're still gonna feel the way they feel, because everyone has their own free will to perceive life. Ooh, I feel a sneeze coming. Hold on. Alright. We all have our own free will to perceive life, and all you can do is focus on self. Go into your heart and heal. I've been in communication with him again, and he started messaging me. And I swear, principalities, it was just to stir up emotions, but there's been so much healing that I didn't react the way I'm sure He was expecting me to react, but then at the end of it, I said, you know, when you get some free time, why don't you come home for a visit? And he said, I am home. And I said, okay. You know, yeah, I felt that. Yeah, it was a stab. Yeah, it hurt. Especially because I didn't go to the graduation. He said to me, it would have been nice to have someone from my family there. But he also said to me earlier in that year, which I have printed all these darn screenshots out for this court case, that the other woman, the woman who is his stepmom, she is my mom and this is my family. That's what he said to me. She is my mom and this is my family. So you see, like, it's all plays on your emotions, on my emotions. You just gotta stay in my heart, not judge the boy, let him go through what he needs to go through, but with enough space to let him go, and hold space, hold unconditional love. And of course, I go into my cards and I pull some cards and I get the Hierophant for him. Not upside down. I get a Tower, and I get the King of Swords. He is sharp King of Swords. So like, he's okay in his life, you know. I'm not, doggy, get off my desk. You know, I'm not feeling any stresses or concerns. It's just that healing, that, you know, like, to love unconditionally, no matter how it hurts, to see that there is no one else, it's only you, and the only thing I can control is my reaction. You cannot control any circumstance in life. You cannot control any other person other than you. You cannot manifest in other people's realities. And all of you trying to wish and pray and manifest outcomes for people that are not self, you're messing with free will. And that is magic. That is dark magic. That is manipulation. And that has consequences. It's called karma. You reap what you sow. So to not step into a karmic path with these hurtful circumstances, one can do what one can only do, which is go into self, go into heart, and heal. Heal. It hurts. I feel so much, but it feels like nothing. I feel nothing, sadness, pain, empty, lonely. Obviously, that automatic writing was coming from the emotions surfacing from, you know, being in communication, because I had put my children on no contact when I was seeing all of the narcissistic patterns of their father displaying in them, the way that I was being gaslighted. It is abusive, and I know they don't even understand. Please forgive them, for they do not know what they do not know. But children pick up the patterns of the parents, and when things are not healed, it just cycles. It just cycles. And I shared something. Let me even pull this up real quick. Hold on. Found it. It says, I put, if I could turn back time, and then I shared something. Grandiosity and the alienated child. When the alienated child shows signs of adopting their aligned narcissistic parents' personality disorders, grandiosity will be evident in their behavior towards the target person. They feel entitled and superior, at liberty to cast judgment and criticize with cold contempt, arrogance, a lack of empathy, and zero compassion. This is what the past 3-4 years of my life has been. You owe them. If you displease them, they will cast you out and or exact revenge. It's not you. The child has been psychologically influenced by the aligned, abusive, alienating parent. This is what I've been healing. And in the process of healing this, then jumping into relationships and healing from those relationships, which took me to this hermit phase, coming home, shutting it all out, starting over from scratch, turning off all the noise, other people's opinions, going within and going into my heart. Into my heart, where the healing begins. So when I come to you and I deliver these messages, I'm delivering them from experience, because this path to the heart, I know it. I know it. And it feels lonely, and it feels sad, and it feels empty. And it feels like all of that. That is the body. That is not the heart. The heart is only love. But the matrix is brutal. It's brutal, guys. And there's a whole lot of manipulation out there. There's a whole lot of hurt people hurting people. But yo, I came here for the healing, right? 2121. I'm going to leave it here. Does the pain ever stop? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. It is in the tiniest moments. Draco settled down. He did his little, you know how dogs walk in a circle before they surrender and they lay down. And he just looks so peaceful. So peaceful. The pain does stop. It's in surrender. You have to look at all the stuff you're afraid to look at. And start the process. Peel back the layers. Alright, guys. Have a blessed and beautiful reality. Thanks for thanks for going in with me. Thanks for going in with me. I love you.